Timberwolves continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. We're in Georgia. The Hawks are playing before their hometown crowd here in Atlanta. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. There's the three. Gobert pulls it in. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. The good-looking shot from the wing.
And Conley, such a high IQ. When the mid-range opens up like that, he goes right up without hesitation.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Pass to Randall. Just 5 to shoot. Out to Edwards. Fires away from outside. Okongwu grabs the board. Here's Ricochet. Hits the three-point bomb.
And such a nice stroke for a rookie. Ricochet looking like a polished shooter already.
Here's Conley. And it's sent back by Okongwu. Johnson outside. On the wing, Daniels. Back to Johnson. Pass to Daniels. Now, here's Okongwu. A floater. Count that bucket.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Timberwolves substitution.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Randall. Takes it inside. And Randall throws it down.
Wow, Julius Randle getting downhill and leaves no doubt.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, give me a little sauce, Anthony Edwards. Rise high and finish over the defender.
And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the stars are doing, and those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
And here's Randall after Jalen Johnson getting his shot to go from deep. And Okongwu gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now here's Edwards from past the arc. And it's Ricochet with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Ends the move with a whisper instead of a bang, going to the finger roll.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Now let's find out what head coach Quinn Snyder had to say to David Aldridge. David.
And we talked about the bruising big man, Julius Randle. He told me Julius sets the tone for them with his physicality. So we have to try and match that. We can't let him bully his way into the lane and get to his spots. We have to make him uncomfortable. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Clock at 6. Second chance shot. Now Daniels. Still yet to score. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. A wide open look here for Okongwu. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Clark. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Randall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randall's got 6 points.
Boy, I love the confidence Julius Randle has in himself. This guy knows what it takes to score.
And here is Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And we reach the end.
19. The Timberwolves.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Pass to McDaniels. Nice move. And the layup is up and in. McDaniels got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting the cadence for the screening. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Knocks it loose. Young with the steal. One-on-one here. Here's Johnson. Basket counts.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Pass to Miller. DiVincenzo with it. Nothing on the board. Now Dillingham. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
The three for DiVincenzo. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Johnson. Oh, that's blocked. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Pass to Minot. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Connects from three-point range. DiVincenzo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here's Young from the arc. Timberwolves trail by 12. Here's Minot. And is out of bounds. Last touch by Young. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Fires for 3. Counting. His second make in 4 attempts.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Minnesota with the ball. 9-point game. Back to McDaniel. Beyond the arc. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And the shot is good. Reeves got his first basket. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. To the paint. Back to Johnson. Good on the 13-footer. 16 points for Johnson.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
1:15 left to play in the first half. Here's Conley. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, inside, Mike Conley has got to be savvy, and he is in that instance.
The kick out to Young. Pass to Rizichet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a deep 3 from Young. Rebound, Minnesota. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 10-2 run here. Edwards, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Rizichet wide open. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And it's 6 points for Rizichet. Timberwolves trail by 10. Outside Conley. Outside Edwards. Back to Conley. Pass to Randall. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Okongwu. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Boy, I love the way Karis LeVert is attacking. This guy is a skilled guard with tremendous speed.
Pass to Randall. Dives to the hoop. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Edwards, no good. Atlanta leading by 14. Here's Krejci. From outside, off the mark. Minnesota with the ball. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Capella. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Krejci. Screen by Niang. Out left to the wing. Here's the 3. Randall with some nice D. Timberwolves trailed by 14. And there it is for him. 8 points for Julius Randle.
Well, if you're Julius Randle, sprint the floor and get an easy one.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Mann. Screen by Capella. Down low. Kept alive. Back to Mann. Bangs home the trifecta. Mann's got himself on the board with 3 there.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Niang, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
For 3, Edwards. Atlanta with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
What a sweet jam by Edwards.
You better get out of the way. So much power from Anthony Edwards on that drive. Look out.
To the middle. Here's Capella. That's tipped. Timberwolves trail by 13. Out to Edwards. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards got 7 points.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Niang, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
To the right side. Right side, Edwards. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
That is big-time strength from Anthony Edwards. He's got the perfect basketball frame.
And the Timberwolves making a change here.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And here's LeVert. Pass to Mann. Over Edwards. The Hawks again can't hit.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
He gets it in there.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Here's LeVert. Back to Niang. Takes the 3. It's deflected. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Substitution on the court.
Timberwolves trail by 5. But Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Now, Alexander Walker hasn't made one yet. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
The third quarter comes to a close.
39. The Timberwolves, 34.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Hawks leading by 5. Young outside. Pass to Okongwu. Back to Young. Here's Rizeshay. And a miss there on the triple. And stolen by Okongwu. Here's Johnson. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Alexander Walker. Makes it off the glass. Alexander Walker's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Timberwolves. Pass to Rizeshay. Now here's Okongwu. It's good.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Minnesota making a switch here. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
Pass to Alexander Walker. The three-pointer, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Hits it from three-point range. Young's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
And one thing about Trae Young, this guy has zero fear, always looking to pull from deep.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. I asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Out to Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Over in the corner, Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from three is not the answer.
They get it back. Here's Rizachet. 5 to shoot. Another shot. Reed with the block. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Basket good. Edwards got 14 points now in the second half.
Anthony Edwards relishes big-time moments, and he delivers right there.
Johnson down low. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota.
Timberwolves substitution. Rudy Gobert.
Outside Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
And this kid, Rizachet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Timberwolves trailed by 10. Right wing. Back to Conley. Fires the three. Here's Gobert. There's Conley. Randle outside. This one for three. Offensive rebound. The three. Out to Edwards. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession.